Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to learn the civics part of social studies. So let's get started with our lesson. India is a land of billion people and every 1 year or every adult citizen here in India has to vote, and we vote to elect our leaders who then contest the election at national level or state level or at local level. So after the election, how these people they run over the country, we will learn in our lesson our government. So first let's see what is government. What does government means? Government consists of a group of people who govern the country, and it makes the rules for the well-being of the citizens of the country. And the government, it ensures that the rules, the regulations, whatever they have made, whatever they have prepared, they are followed throughout the country by each and every citizen. And it also works towards the meeting the basic need of the citizen. And India has a written constitution which states the law on how the country should be governed and distributed different powers between the different levels of government. Let's learn about the branches of the government. Now, to perform various functions, the government of India have three branches, and each branch have its own specific function and administration. The first one is the legislative branch. Then we have the executive branch, and then the judiciary. These are the three branches of government of India. Let's learn these three branches of the government in detail. The first one, the legislature. It is responsible for making the laws in the government, and it consists of the representatives which are elected by the people. And this particular branch of the government, it consists of two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Next is executive. Executive is responsible for running the government and ensuring that the laws which are made by the legislature are followed by the people or the citizens of the country or no. And this particular branch, it consists of the president, vice president and the cabinet ministers. Next we have the judiciary. Judiciary is responsible for interpreting the constitution and the laws and settling any dispute between the center, the state, or between any citizen or the state which regarding the division of the power. And when people they feel that the law is not effective or that the executive is not fair in doing its job, in such cases the people they can go to the judiciary to seek justice. This consists of the Supreme Court in India. Means all the three branches they are interlinked to each other. The legislature it makes the law, executive it sees that whether the laws made by the legislature are followed by everyone or no in the country, and if the people are not following any laws or if the people are not satisfied by the legislature or the executive, they can go to the judiciary. Now next is the levels of the government. There are three main levels of the government: the central government, then we have the state government, and then we have the local self government. Let's learn about these three levels of the government in detail. The first one, the central government. It is responsible for ruling over the whole country. Means this particular government, it rules over the whole country. Then this central government, it is located in New Delhi, which is also the capital of our country, India. The union territories, they also come under the control of the central government, and it looks after the matters of national importance such as the national security and the relations with the foreign countries. Next, we have the state government. The government of a state is known as state government. Like, see, take the central government, how it looks after the whole country. So this state government, it looks after a particular state, and it is located in the capital city of the state. Take example Maharashtra. Maharashtra, the state, its capital is Mumbai. So the state government is located in the capital city of Maharashtra, that is Mumbai, and is responsible for maintaining law and order, then transport and health services of that particular state. Then we have the local self-government. The local self-government is the government which is formed by the people of a village or a town or a city, and it takes care of the local problems and it looks after the needs of the local people. Now this self-government or local self-government is divided into two: the rural and the urban. Rural, you can say the Gram Panchayats at the village level, and urban means the municipal corporation, the municipal council, the Nagar Panchayats, which are in the towns and the cities. Let's learn about these local self-government in detail. The first one, at the village level, the local self-government is also known as Gram Panchayat, and a Gram Panchayat has a member who are chosen by the villagers, and out of these some members are women. You can see the picture of the Gram Panchayat or Gram Sabha. The women are also included in the discussion, and the head of the panchayat is known as Sarpanch, and the Gram Panchayat is responsible for providing, like making roads, running the schools in their village, then providing health centers, hospitals, and so on. Next is the urban. The urban local self-government, it is the self-government bodies which include municipal corporation, municipal council, and the Nagar Panchayat. The head of the municipal corporation is known as the mayor, and the head of the municipal council and the Nagar Panchayat is known as a chairperson. And these particular urban local self-government or the municipal corporation, municipal council, Nagar Panchayat, they have the similar responsibilities like the rural, such as collecting garbage, providing safe drinking water, electricity, buildings and repairing roads, and maintaining government schools. Let's quickly recap what we have learned today in our lesson, our government. Today in this lesson we have learnt about the branches of the government: legislature, executive and judiciary, and the levels of the government: the central government, the state government, and the local self-government, which is again divided into two: rural and urban. Hope this lesson was easy for you. Thank you.